Welcome, everyone. So we're here with Too Much is Never Enough. I'm Jovi Sosa, and we have a special guest, Dr. Grija. So, Dr. Grija, tell us a little bit about how long you've been a doctor, of course, and then also how many years you've also done functional medicine, which that's when I came into play as well, when I was partnering up with you as well.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me, Jovi.
Thank you.
Great to be here. So I've been practicing internal medicine for 24 years and always been passionate about prevention. So I came across, of course, functional medicine because that's all that this is about, prevention. And I've been practicing that for the last 2 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, love it, love it.
I know it's amazing, especially what the body can do. So Dr. Grija, you have to go ahead and let us know about the DNA testing that you're talking about and the benefits that you've been seeing and the results that your clients have been or patients have been going through. What are some things that you would recommend? One, and what are the results that they're getting from this
Mhm.
DNA testing?
Absolutely. So, first of all, the test that we're doing is nutrigenetics. So we're looking at the genes that encode all the enzymes in the body. So there's something to do about it, right? So if you know exactly how your enzymes work, how your body functions, basically, then you know what to do. You know what to expect. You know what to eat more of or avoid completely, right? Or limit. So we're looking at, for example, like people that maybe have a family history of diabetes, or they're overweight, or have issues with cholesterol. We're looking at the metabolism of fats, cholesterol, sugars, and of course how much inflammation is there, and also how their liver practically metabolizes and detoxifies. Okay, and we find that so many people have problems where they are missing some enzymes in the liver, literally, or they're functioning at a very low capacity. So if you cannot detoxify toxins, basically, like all these substances that are in foods, right? Chemicals and dyes and all the toxins in personal care products and detergent, cleaning products, right? You have to be more careful, right? And if you cannot detoxify hormones, that will explain why some women have problems with their periods. And then you can address those issues and fix the problem. We had this, several times where we did the test and figured out what was not working exactly. And then we were able to address that. And some ladies' life became much easier, much better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also in regards to collagen, a lot of kids, right, want to play sports, and they may like these or they may like the other, but it may be some endurance, some power training that they want to do, and they keep getting injured. Well, if we do the collagen, if you do the DNA collagen, you can find out exactly what the problem is. You can find out exactly what they are best at, because some are better at endurance or power, others at power. They find out exactly when to exercise and what the recovery period is, because some may need longer recovery periods than others. Some cannot train every single day, and others, can do that. So it tells you everything what you need to do in order to prevent injury, basically, and make the best out of your athletic career or just hobby, you
Oh,
know.
nice.
Yeah,
Fascinating. So,
absolutely.
so I know that we came into a conclusion about the DNA, about how this would help a lot of children, you know, and also the mindset of it as well. So, how does that play a key role on that?
Well, because um, children are so sensitive, right? And they're so, they're at risk, right, for being hurt. And when you do the DNA testing, the DNA mind and DNA, health for that matter, you can find out exactly how is it best um, to discuss things with them, to advise them, to maybe if they are involved in sports and this activity and that club, and they want to do everything, but they start to struggle, or maybe they don't win every competition, and you see them down. You have to know how to talk to them about this, rather than push. Some parents may be more pushing them, okay, do your best, participate in this and this and that. Some kids want to do everything and they're trying, but then they don't know how to deal with failure, and that can lead them down to a really a path of more like depression, or things that we definitely don't want for our children. And doing the DNA mind helps you tremendously, to help them cope with issues in life, to make them stronger and understand themselves. So you understand them better and they understand themselves better, because even low self-esteem and anxiety may be genetic. And if you know this, you get rid of all this blaming and guilt tripping and downgrading yourself and I'm not enough type of impression about yourself. And that can help tremendously, right, in your personal life and in your career. And this is the best, I think, the best gift that we can give, short of life, right? The best gift that we can give our children, the blueprint for a healthy life. Once you know exactly how everything works, it's only up to you. Of course, you have to apply what you learn about yourself, right?
Exactly.
But then you can explain everything and you know exactly what to do to, what's in your power to do to avoid, issues, health issues down the road.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really good. So is there
It is.
anything else that you want to add to um, this video and elaborate a little bit more on what benefits or what you would recommend, especially for the DNA testing?
So I think, in my opinion, so I did the DNA test for my children. So in my opinion, every parent should do a DNA test for their children. And it really depends, I think, in what they're involved,
Mhm.
right? If they're involved in sports and they're very good academically and they're competitive, and but they have some family history of issues, right? Then probably DNA health and DNA mind and DNA sports would be something, to do for those children, so that they know exactly, again, what they're good at, how to deal with stress, how to eat, what to stay away from. Because it's one thing to say, oh, this is good for you. How do you know? Well, because it's the general thought, right? That, I don't know, let's say green tea is good for you, right? And it's another thing to say, well, this is your personalized guidelines. This is exactly your blueprint. This is your genetic test. So you cannot argue with that. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if your children get this material and they apply it, they definitely have the best chance of, being healthy. And I think as a parent, that's what you want for your kids, right? To be healthy most of all, right? Absolutely for any person, the younger you are, of course, the more you're going to benefit from this, right? Because you have your whole life ahead of you to implement, right? To use the information, but definitely for children. Plus, you change their behavior, right? You change their way of eating, everything, right? Everything you change them at an early age when they are more flexible, right? More obedient. And once they get used to a certain lifestyle and healthy eating, and they understand why this is necessary for them, they will continue doing it. Much more chances of that happening than just mom said so.
Right. Well, they're kids, so the children are like sponges. They'll absorb anything,
Right.
especially when they're
Mhm.
younger. And if you make it more of an activity instead of it being like, this is this, and you're supposed to do this, I think it'll be more of a lifestyle, like you said. And it's a lifestyle. You have to continue with the lifestyle that you're looking for you and your family, especially a healthy lifestyle, that's the main key.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
So
So then let's just wrap it up. So we'll have all of Dr. Grija's information in the bottom. Uh, please click like, subscribe, and share this video as to whomever you think would benefit from the DNA testing.
sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Grija. I always love the educational part of it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
You too.